like they do have they said a speed camera on District Heights Parkway. So I love her camera though. Let's see if I can. Oh, I don't have my camera though.
I like it.
Yeah, you have to. Hey, hey, Bernice. Bernice. Yeah. Okay. Is Ron gonna speak? So, are you gonna speak? He's gonna preach probably.
No, I didn't sound that good. I'm just putting
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Did you all get a chance to get something to eat?
Yes, ma'am.
So now you're alert, right?
Okay. Hey, Betty.
Thanks for coming out. Whether you've been with us for decades or this is your very first town hall, I'm grateful. First of all, let me just stop it, because those of you who have not been here for the first time, that have been here for the first time, I'm Mayor Cynthia Miller, your mayor for the city of District Heights, and I want to say welcome again. I am grateful you've chosen to be a part of this conversation about the city's future, and because in District Heights, this is home. Last year, we launched a bold and honest conversation about the future of District Heights. We introduced long-range annexation and economic development initiatives, generational plan to reduce the financial burden on our homeowners, strengthen city services, and connect the communities that already see District Heights as home. Together, we reviewed potential areas for growth, studied the fiscal impact, and discussed the hard choices we would need to make to ensure District Heights is welcoming, healthy, productive, and safe for decades to come. We unveiled the municipal growth area map and completed an in-depth fiscal impact model that projects more than 29 million in net benefits over 15 years. Critical funding that can improve roads, reduce taxes, and deliver services that residents deserve. We began planning for long overdue infrastructure investments, including a multi-year road improvement contract and targeted enhancements to Fiesta Place and Veterans Park. We restored long dormant programs like street sweeping, expanded our beautification efforts, and earned praise from neighboring municipalities for the cleanliness and the vibrancy of our city. We launched modern digital platforms in our police, public works, and recreation departments, making it easier than ever for residents to request services, report issues, and register for programs. We finally opened our brand new senior center, and you're here now,
Yeah.
for full service, offering enriching classes, meal programs, bingo games, and an express hair salon, and more. A path forward, but as many of you know, this year hasn't been without challenges. From unanticipated building failures to the critical need for updated fire and HVAC systems, we face difficult decisions about how to maintain public safety and preserve vital infrastructure without raising taxes. That's why economic development and annexation aren't just talking points, they're a path forward. Finalizing our annexation phasing plan to ensure any expansion is smart, cost-effective, and service-ready. Pursuing commercial development that aligns with our values and bring jobs, services, and new revenue to the city. And continuing to reinvest in the core services like public works, policing, youth engagement, and senior programs that make District Heights a truly livable community. This is our moment to think boldly and act responsibly, to grow, but grow with purpose. Because this isn't about just adding square miles to a map or chasing after businesses that don't deserve us. It's about making sure our young families, our seniors, our working people, and everyone in between can plant roots here and flourish. So as we open the floor today and throughout this year's planning process, I ask you, stay involved, ask tough questions, help us shape the path ahead, because your voice matters. Your input matters, and together, residents, commissioners, staff, and community partners, we will build a stronger, smarter, more connected District Heights. This is home, and our future is ours to shape. Thank you.
Air. Too much air on you. Yeah,
So next, I would like to introduce Darren Swain, and he's here to speak about our FY 2025 year in review, economic development and annexation presentation. Welcome.
Somebody didn't realize that I wasn't
That's tall.
3 feet tall. It's 5 something. First of all, let me just give honor to God for being here with you today, and certainly I want to thank the mayor and the commission for allowing me to be a part of this fabulous opportunity to help the city of District Heights reach its aspirational goal of becoming one of the, if not the best municipality in Prince George's County. So
All right.
So I want to just take a few moments and just touch on a few points that the mayor has pointed out. But before I do that, let me again just say my name, Darren Swain. In past lives, I've done some things here in Prince George's County. I think that my body of work and my experience is such that the mayor and the commission asked me to come and to be a part of this effort to do some things that we're trying to, what she said to me was to reimagine the whole effort of redevelopment here in the city of District Heights as we transform this sector of the Marlboro Pike Corridor. So I'm excited about that, and I look forward to being a part of it. As you all know, that District Heights is one of the, what we call the legacy communities here in Prince George's County. It's a community that is filled already with infrastructure, with opportunity, and as a matter of fact, it was the precursor to a lot of the other development that's going on in the county now. We were Pennsylvania Avenue before Pennsylvania Avenue was Pennsylvania Avenue, right? We were the commercial corridor for Maryland as you came out of the District of Columbia, and we were right here. What we want to do is to reclaim some of that mystique that was once Marlboro Pike, and we want to reimagine how we can redevelop it, but in a very smart and intentional way that allows for people to live, to play, to eat, and to be comfortable and have a very, what we call meaningful quality of life here in District Heights. Some of the things that the mayor's pointed out to you was our effort to sort of look around us and to see some of the neighboring communities that already exist, but would certainly fit into our effort to make sure that District Heights had synergies with these communities in terms of look, in terms of how they keep the homes, and how we want to have them come and be a part of our efforts to grow. So those communities neighboring us are some of the ones that we pointed out. As a matter of fact, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure. Okay, all right, great. So they were telling me I need to get closer to the microphone, so I'll do that. But some of those communities exist here today, and those are the ones that we're going to be focusing on as we move forward with our efforts to annex. But let me just take a step back really quickly and tell you that I did hear from some neighbors who were not shy to come up to me once they found out who I was and what I was supposed to be here doing, and they said to me, well, I don't think that we need annexation, and I don't think that that's a good thing for us. But I certainly beg to differ, because I would tell you that communities that aren't growing are communities that are dying.
Right.
Amen.
And one of the things that happens every year is that the tax burden or the burden of keeping up communities grow every year. Costs don't go down for the most part, as we all know, in our households, costs continue to grow. So what we have to do is to make sure that we focus on how do we spread that cost across and have more people included in that as we attempt to address all of those issues and those cost issues that are here in our municipality in a very smart and intentional way. So that's part of what the plan is for our annexation in those communities that are surrounding us. The other annexation focus that we had is the economic development portion of it. We know that one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that the residential tax burden is lessened and that our commercial tax participation is increased, right? So that's one of the reasons that we're looking at Marlboro Pike and the opportunity to look at some of the other growth areas along the commercial corridor, to bring some of those commercial areas into the city, incorporate them into the city, help them to redevelop so they can bring more value to their areas, and we can bring more services and amenities to you as residents here in District Heights. Some of the models that we're looking at, just so you know, are the models that exist right now, and I challenge everybody to go out and partake in some of them. What's happening today in College Park around Route 1 is one of those very intentional things. Now, while we don't have the University of Maryland and our acre and in our backyard, we do have some other entities that we are gonna pull on to help us with this development. We are just a stone's throw away from Andrews, Joint Base Andrews, right here. And then we have the Census Bureau down the street in Subin. So we want to use those institutional anchors to help us with our effort to grow our section of Marlboro Pike as well. But in addition to that, we want to look at some of our hometown, some things that already exist here. We have Athletic Republic, which, believe it or not, is one of the most sought after training facilities on the East Coast. So we want to make sure that we work with them. How do we enhance that opportunity to make sure that this community benefits from it? Whether it's through people coming to visit our shops and restaurants and things like that, but also how do we target and attract hotels to come and develop right here in District Heights, so we can get that benefit as well. So that's what we're looking at as a part of it as well. The other thing that we're looking at is how do we, with some of our economic development and our public-private partnerships, create opportunity for the citizens here in District Heights, but also to expand on some of those things. So I want to just point out several things that we have going on with our public-private partnerships. One of the first things I like to point out is that we are home to the Washington Commanders, to the marching band. That is significant, I tell you, because not only do we get the benefit of using the logo and having them come and be a part, but there are people who, because of that connection, come and visit and want to invest in us because they know if that multi-billion-dollar corporation is using and having you as a partner, that means that you're stable, that you're a place where people can go and to and thrive. So we use that as an opportunity. And some of you guys are Washington Commanders fans. So I know that is something that is something that is exciting for a lot of people as well. The other thing that we're doing is and I want to just certainly thank Councilman Commissioner Tillman for this, is our partnership with the American Jobs program and with the Employee Prince George's. One of the things that we want to do is to bring opportunity for a real healthy return on investment for our community. The American Jobs program is an opportunity for us to have training opportunities for citizens here in District Heights, for resume building, for job opportunities, computer literacy, and things of that nature. We have a center here in District Heights. We're one of the only, if I'm not mistaken, the only. The first, there we go, the first. So I want to say that, so we're the first to do that. So we're the first to do a lot of things around here that I want you guys to really focus on that's important to our economic development and our attractiveness as a community. We're the first to have the job center here. So we want to take full advantage of that. So we want to make sure that you and your kids, your grandkids, the people that you know come and really participate in that. Because that's one of those return on investments that we get. We partner with them so they can have a presence here, but we want them to help us to make sure that people can get jobs, get training, and for the future, AI and all those things, we can do it right here in District Heights. So that's one of the main things that we're doing. We also have the seniors participating in every week. We have our partner Food for Thought that come in and help with the education on nutrition and food safety, and all of those things here. And then along the way, they get to taste some tasty food. Yeah, they see them head shaking around here. So, that food is good here. Was it Monday, Wednesdays? So we have
Monday and
Mondays and
Wednesday.
Wednesdays, so we do that. And then we have one of the first of its kind. We have a opportunity for seniors to get low cost to no cost pampering. I call it pampering, but really it's an opportunity for wellness, for hair and grooming opportunities here in the city. That is important. One of the things that we are doing is we're looking at some of the models nationwide where people are providing these opportunities to seniors especially and to those families that are at risk. And we know that for those kids going to school, a haircut is can have a huge impact on their self-esteem and their readiness for learning in class. So this opportunity for us to have the Express Salon by InStyle here in our senior center is very unique, it's cutting edge, and it's really providing a service for the community that they really want, and that you really want and you love. So I know I'm probably taking up too much of my time, so I'm gonna slow it down here, Mayor Steve. I don't want to talk forever, but I do want to let you know that our opportunity for the annexation plan that we had meetings at the city level, some of you have participated in some of those meetings. All of those things are a result of your interaction and your participation that we're going to try to implement through my office that we're trying to establish here within the city. So, Madam Mayor, I will, with that, sit down and let the next person come up.
Thank you.
So before we continue, I noticed we don't have our name tags and nameplates up here, so I'm gonna pass the mic so each commissioner and staff could introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Jocelyn Gomez, and I am your vice mayor here at the city of District Heights, and I'm also your Ward 2 representative. So I am vice mayor and Ward 2. You can still call me if your trash doesn't get picked up, okay? I'll still answer, and I can still forward any of your concerns. So it's great to see you all here. And if you're a Ward 2 constituent, or if you just want to come say hi, please come introduce yourself to me after the town hall.
Thank you.
Good morning, neighbors.
Good morning.
I am Commissioner Pamela Janifer. I am your second commissioner in Ward 2. I am so happy. Cut me off, okay? Did I say something wrong? I'm so pleased to see you all here today and learn more about what we're doing here. So with that, I'll pass it on to the next person.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Anthony Tillman, Commissioner for Ward 1. So if you guys have any concerns or questions, feel free to reach out. I'm here to answer any questions. Much love to you guys.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Kenneth T. Moore, and I'm the city clerk for the city of District Heights.
Can't hear you, David. Couldn't hear you.
Apologies, David Street, city manager for the city of District Heights.
Okay.
David Street, city manager with the city of District Heights.
That's a new word, right, the city of District Heights. And welcome, Commissioner Harcourt.
I'm sorry, I was in urgent care. I had an allergic reaction to some of these things, so I apologize for my lateness. Commissioner Xander Harcourt, Ward 1 Commissioner. Sorry for my lateness. Thank you for allowing me to be.
Are you okay? Because that's the most important.
Right.
I got there early this morning, so.
And your lips are not swollen like that.
Yeah.
You're good. Thank you. So next up, we have Chief Ronald Topley, Public Safety Presentation. Let's welcome him.
Hey, Chief.
Oh, I gotta raise this one up.
Yeah, you're taller than me. I'm gonna try to get some of these sound issues corrected really quick so our people in the overflow can hear. You all hear me?
Yes.
All right, so I am Chief Rome Tarpley. I've been chief here for approximately 4 years, October 29th now, right?
Okay.
And I've loved every moment of my job here. I'm going to take a moment to introduce our newest member of my staff, Mr. Eduardo, who just started on Monday. He's our manager of the Resident and Business Services Division, which we'll go into in a moment. So we'll start today talking about our traffic and pedestrian safety program. Since I've been here, traffic safety has been probably like the number 2 most sought after issue for the police department. What I mean by that, a lot of the speeding and stop sign running and everything. We know that we pretty much sit in between Ritchie Road, Marlboro Pike. People use our city as a cross route to get to either or, especially during rush hours. So some of the things we've started since one program that was here before my conception was the speed enforcement program, the camera program. So the traffic enforcement safety program, I think we started that in 2017, I think that was, somewhere roughly around there. And we have started off with 2 cameras. Since then, we've increased that to a total of 6 cameras throughout the municipal center, and those are the speed cameras right now. That program, we are seeing a lot of reduction in speed on certain areas inside the city, but we notice that on like Silver Hill, we don't really see much change in behavior on that. We know that because the amount of citations will continue to issue every month.
Yeah.
Right? But as it turns to the city, the cameras out of here on District Heights Parkway, Mulberry Drive, and Newlands, we have seen a significant decrease in people speeding up and down. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Right. That's good.
I can't
Depends on what street you're on though. Depends on what street
that
you're on.
Lawrence.
We have seen seduction in that, so at least, and we had, if you notice, we've had a second lunch now, we have 2 on Mulberry now. 2 weeks ago, the crew's out there and put 2 on now, so we'll do another study to see if we're seeing more reduction. We had one camera, one way just going, coming into the city, now we have it going out of the city as well, so hopefully that will continue to help reduce over that issue. We do have red light cameras on the way. Those will be coming on the Pike. Those are going to be at County and Marlboro Pike and County of Regency. So anyway on Marlboro Pike, if you make a right turn from Marlboro Pike cross Gateway onto County Road, it's actually running a red light, right? And vice versa, when you're coming up County Road, you make that right turn on Marlboro Pike, you're really running a red light. There's all the signs, you see everyone does that almost every day. So we do have those red light cameras that are coming. Those take a little longer because the infrastructure for power on Marlboro Pike is older. So we're working with Petco to find an appropriate way to fix that solution. Our newest technology, you guys may have seen a little construction going around some of the corners here, and right at the bottom of the hill here is our stop sign camera enforcement program. All right, and we are actually effectively now kicking off, as of yesterday, kicking off our Let's Keep Safe and Drive Safe Responsibly program in the city here. What stop sign camera program is, just what it means. There are cameras at the stop sign, and they will give you a ticket if you run the stop sign. How do you know if you ran the stop sign?
That's right, you get a ticket.
We want all 4 wheels have to come to a complete stop before the stop line.
Not a rolling
What's the
stop.
stop line? Think of a white line painted at the stop sign. So if you stop on or after, you are getting that ticket, right? Yeah. So I on my way, and I kind of sat and watched the bottom of the hill. There's a camera on Mulberry and Kipling. I've already started seeing the change in behavior, right? Some people noticed that construction, some people did not, just breeze right on through. We will be having maybe a 2-week period, we'll be issuing warnings. Then after that, we're gonna take
The ticket.
So, right now we have 6 locations, but we have at least probably 6 more I'm going to introduce that need to be approved by the county. We're going that on, so. Look for future, if you ran a stop sign, you will get a warning for the next 2 weeks, starting on the 7th, I think it's gonna go. And the 21st, we go live. So, you got to the 21st to stop these things. Saturday morning.
How much are the tickets?
$40.
Same for you. We're not DC now. Yes, ma'am.
I have one of the new cameras in front of my house, and I make U-turn to come up this way to the center. When I get a ticket, I don't stop. It's the U-turn, I don't go to
Did
the
you really turn the stop sign?
I don't go to the corner to the stop sign. It's the
Oh,
U-turn
go.
right in front of the stop sign.
Oh, you.
If that line, if that wheel touches that white line,
No, okay, I'm good.
okay.
I don't touch the white line.
The white line for me is that's the, I can't turn back up and touch that white line, right? The stop line.
No, it's not.
So any more questions about the stop
No,
sign?
we're not gonna do questions right now,
All
we're
right, you
doing
got
at
it.
the end.
Okay.
Because we wanna keep moving.
Really quick, then we'll go into what everyone loves, code enforcement, right? Okay. So in our efforts to try to streamline this process, we've created a couple of new things to kind of help community and make things a little easier. One of the new things is the implementation of our SmartGov program. What's SmartGov? Great question. It is now our online system where you can apply for permits or register for your alarm permit, anything you need through us through the SmartGov program. So you don't have to come in anymore. We can take payments online, we can take payments over the phone. You don't have to come see my shining face when you get a permit anymore. Everyone like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sound good. But we will have classes on how to use that coming up shortly here with the Senior Center. So we'll talk through that. If anyone knows our new cars for code,
Yes,
you guys
yes,
like them?
yes.
Yeah, so
They're
we want
cute.
those to be a little bit more visible, so we came up with this new design, which is right there for our code cars. So if you see our code officers out there, say hi to them, very friendly. And we are here to help, we're not here to pound you around, give you stop sign, give you tickets for everything. We will work with you if you need more time, if you didn't know you needed a permit, we'll explain the process to you, we'll work with you. All of our staff actually will, walk you through the process. If you don't have a computer, you can call us, we'll do everything for you, try to make it as user-friendly and painless as possible, okay? And rolling into that, we are working to restructure some of our fees. Right now, we have a little bit of fees for everything. If you change the toilet, if you change the cabinet, if you resurface a whole new driveway, everything. And just from over the years, this stuff is compiling. So we're now looking to become more on the streamline with the county process and have everything kind of say, if you got a permit from the county, you can come to us with that permit, or if it's a replacement for like, same. So we're taking out the toilet, it's the same, putting the toilet the same. You might not need a permit for that one, right? Trying to make it easier on you guys. So, but you still would be required for major construction and such as that. Again, if you need that question or what's major construction, you can stop in and see us and we'll explain that. All right? And that looks like that's my time. Let's just introduce my staff. A lot of them aren't here, but I do have one officer here. Officer Tyrone Jones, one of our newest young officers up top. Say hi to
Hello.
We have Officer Jones. Officer Jones is very active on your streets, and if you probably have an issue with parking, he's one of the two officers I go to address those issues. Officer Jones has been with us for what, almost a year now? He was good. A year and a half, he just finished on probation. He stayed with us. He's a very active officer in the street there. And, so right now we are at, I think I have 2 positions left open. We just got allocated a new position July 1, so now our staff is 13 plus me. And look to continue to grow. We are about 98% staffed, right? So from that staff, we have, you guys familiar with Commander Hodge?
Yeah.
Or gentleman usually with me. He's out today, but Commander Hodge is in charge of our patrol division, and he takes care of any complaints you have with any type of anything on your street. Usually, the patrol officer will handle. He's the person that obviously complains that we would meet with to deal with that issue. Next tonight we have Sergeant Gilvan, who is our administrative sergeant. He handles a lot of the paperwork that you guys put in for requests of records or anything such as that. He works in the office alongside me. Then we have 2 patrol sergeants. Sergeant Rosario, he's our 2 Spanish-speaking officers. You'll see him, he's very active out, so if you have anyone doing most traffic stops or parking enforcement, Sergeant Rosario. You guys met him, yeah, very good officer, very active. We have Sergeant Stevens, who has come with us. He is also our new, we have a new canine too. She couldn't be here, Sergeant Stevens is on vacation, he went to have a dog here. But they're on vacation. We have a 9-month, I think she's 10-month now, Malibal. Her name's Sophie, she's adorable. So she, we'll try to have her out at the next event, as far as she comes back from vacation. She is our emotional support animal at this time. One of 3 canines we're looking to purchase, so he also runs a squad on the street, as well as he'll interact with the school component that we need to. Then we have Corporal Waters, Corporal Banton, and Corporal Stevens. Corporal Stevens, most of you know, has been here with us for about 9 years now, maybe a little more. Corporal Waters and Corporal Banton are relatively new. All my staff will be here on August 5th, Tuesday, National Night Out, which hopefully everyone's gonna come. So those are 3 corporals we have. And then we have it's Officer Jones and Private First Class Officer Batani, Special Batani is also seated. And internally, we have our office staff. We have Ms. Monica Myers, who when you call up there, you'll get her shining face and her beautiful voice, who is very helpful. So anytime you call the police department, she usually is there to assist you. And then, of course, as I just introduced, our new resident business service manager. So that is my full staff at this time. We're still looking to continue to grow. We're still looking for 2 more code officers, if anyone knows anybody. And I'm hiring for 2 more police officers. So just FYI. All right, thank you. Good seeing you all.
Thank you.
So next up, we have Mr. Dual Bell Navies, Public Works, Solid Waste and Recycling, and Citywide Projects. And please correct me if I mispronounce your last name.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna be the loudest one in here. Okay. Good morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners, and beautiful District Heights residents.
Thank you.
Before I continue with my report, I'll give you a little background on myself. I am the new Director of Public Works. My name is Dual Bell Navies. I am here to serve you. And now I will continue. Public Works, Solid Waste and Recycling, Contracted Services. Twice weekly, solid waste collection. Purple days, Monday and Thursdays. Blue days, Tuesday and Fridays. Once weekly, recycling collection. Once weekly, bulk trash collection on call. Citywide or city-provided services, yard waste. As you can see on the diagram there, yard waste, Mondays, in brown bags only. Limbs pickup, second Tuesday of the month. Bulk trash, Wednesday. Call Tuesday before 3 p.m. Phone number 301-324-3455. Coming soon. New street sweep, Tuesday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Public Works citywide projects, construction project, Fiesta Place Community Garden, Veterans Memorial Park, Kipling Parkway Trail, Municipal Center Campus, outdoor restroom, indoor renovation. If I may take time to explain the Fiesta Place. Thank you. So for the Fiesta Place Community Garden, as you can see, there's a pattern, there's a map on that portion of the poster. Plans to add water to the garden. Also to add a walk path on the right side as you face the garden with a retaining wall. And that walk path will go around the back of the garden to a public space, eco-friendly. The water will be inside the trail, inside the garden in the back section, which will come up inside of a insulated container that would allow you all to have water to water your plants. I'll move on to the Veterans Memorial Park. Plans to add water to the Veterans Memorial Park. Those plans include a irrigation system that would come on at 12 midnight and 6 in the morning. That allows residents to use that area without it. The Kipling Parkway Trail. Beautiful section of the city just between the Veterans Memorial Park. Starts from the city hall and all the way to Ramblewood. The trail will not have a handrail at this time. It would just be a walk path between those trees. But there will not be a handrail at this time. It can be added later, once approved. I will take any questions at this moment. No. Thank you for your time.
Having some sound difficulty in the overflow room in the cafe, so we're still working on it. But if you want to come out in the area here, if you can find space, this is amazing to have so many residents out. So staying connected. We have several ways that you can stay connected. We're actually getting ready to launch our new website. I know you all are happy about that, so please clap. We're trying, and you know, as soon as you change one technology, it upgrades again. So we're really trying to stay and keep you connected. And so, you know, now we have our meetings on the television stations. And Verizon is 25, is it 25? Comcast, 71. So, but we really want you to come in person to our meetings. So, but you have several ways to stay connected. So at this time, We have speaker submission forms. And we have so many forms. So could each resident just be mindful of the time? And if you really, really need more time, you can always come here or talk to someone on the phone. So we are offering 2 minutes. So please keep to the 2 minutes because we do have several. Because we want you to have enough time to talk to us at the end. So, the first person is Harriet Irving.
No, she's right here.
Topic was streets.
She's right here.
So her topic is streets. And please come all the way up.
This way? Is this way okay?
I'm just gonna grab this so you can walk.
Okay, thank you.
You walk.
Hi, I'm Harriet Irvin. I'm former commissioner, vice mayor in the city. Hi. I'm
Can't, still can't hear you.
former commissioner and vice mayor for the city of Richmond Heights. I just want to ask a question first and then we'll talk about streets. You said we're going to have time for the citizens to ask questions and us to talk at the end of the presentation that you all are doing. You're going to have time for, yeah, okay, but I'll save the rest of it for that. But my question on the streets were, and I'm sure most people agree, the streets have gotten so that 2 cars cannot pass at the same time. There's several streets that have gone up, and one time they were a police car, and I had to make a decision of who was going to go by and who was going to have to back up because there are no places anymore. I guess because so many people have cars, and the cars are much larger now. Then when you get to a point in the street, you can't get by. So you got two cars facing each other and nowhere to pull over. So I'm on Fifth National Road with Ron, Fisher, and Turner. And I was wondering if there's any kind of way that even if we just drive through the streets, as the Fifth National Road, and come up with suggestions of which streets need to be made one way. Now, we did Marvin Drive and made it one way, primarily for the same type of reason. So I want to know if we can consider doing that. If you don't have money, which is what was told to me before, to do a study, then can we do it? Can we make suggestions and then make it to the police department and then they can go behind and verify or whatever? But right now, those streets you cannot get by. I've had to do it too many times. And with the world the way it is right now, I'm so afraid that something's going to break out. You have 2 people come head to head and nobody want to back up. Plus, people are saying that their cars are getting, the mirrors on the side of their cars are being snapped. So I would like to know if you all would please, I've been asking, if you would please commit to seeing what we can do about those streets and making it safe for everybody, including the property, those cars that are on these streets, because you cannot get by 2 cars going in opposite directions. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Next up is Sally King McCoy. Topic, stump removal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On May 16th, which was my birthday, a tree fell across my driveway. One that I had been asking to have removed for years, and they told me that they could not remove trees that, what do they call it? I said the tree was rotten. They told me the tree was not rotten. However, I guess Mother Nature saw fit to have the tree fall. It was on a Friday. Well, that Wednesday, code enforcement came by, took pictures and said he was gonna submit it because he knew the tree was rotten. However, 2 days later, the tree fell. Well, it has left a big stump right on the drive, I mean, not right near the driveway, but right in front of my house, which is on Mason Street. And the tree is really an eyesore, not only an eyesore, but it's hazardous. Because there used to be a man, I think he was partially blind, that walked with one of those blind cane that you use, you know, for the blind person. He was coming down the street and he stumbled because the roots have grown out into the driveway. So I sent an email, but I didn't get a response. So maybe I sent it to the wrong person or whatever about, you know, the situation. This is before the tree even fell. But now the stump is still there and the roots have grown out and onto the sidewalk. Thank you.
Thank you. We have her information. We have all the information. Charlotte Faison. A response I received from a letter of concern that I sent to the city of District Heights.
Yes, I did. Right. Yes.
I'm Charlotte Faison, and I'm speaking
Make sure
about
you're talking to
about a request that I sent to the city about senior accommodation for me. And I had been waiting for a response, but then I realized that no response is a response. So I have not received a response about my senior accommodation. And the reason that I sent it in was because this nice note that you all had down here in your community corner, where it says the City of District Heights encourages all to voice any questions, comments, and concerns that you may have. And we are committed to responding to you, to your comments and your complaints. And I said, it's so nice that the city is so responsive to its citizens. And I sent in a request for accommodation. I know you all probably received it. You didn't? Well,
We received we received your letter. We received your letter.
Great, I'm so glad to hear that.
And I'm sure someone has an answer right now. Since it was back
Yeah,
in
but the thing is, my letter was dated May the 26th, and here we are in August. And not only that, I sent 4 letters. Okay. One to the city manager. Okay. And the next one to the Department of Recreation, Parks and Culture. And the next one was to my commissioner and to you, Mayor Miller. So I'm good. I know that you have responded and that your response was a no. So I have made accommodations because I didn't hear anything else. So I figured my accommodations were no. So thank you very much for listening.
And we will be addressing that at the end of all the comments. Next is Joyce Brown. Crime, drug usage by youth, apartment complexes being accountable for breeding crime. Joyce Brown? Okay. Well, we have her information here and we'll be looking into it. Lawrence Pryor?
Lawrence.
Hello, dear. Yeah, just wait.
Good nervous, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Lawrence Pryor. I live in 2017 Mulberry Drive. And I've asked Ms. Miller a while ago about speed bumps on their street that they are doing on Indianapolis 500. We We have tractor trailers, dump trucks coming down there, buses 6 days a week, school buses. Now I had to fight one of the schools, not fight, but I only one of the school buses. I was trying to back up in my driveway because they took me too slow because he was in a hurry. So anyway, I was just trying to find out about the speed bumps on that street. Now we dealing with the HVs. They are coming down there, speeding. So I'm just trying to get some help on that. Now, I guess y'all know about it. Now, my second question is, it's called this, I have asked code enforcement about my house. This man living next door to me has a drain pipe that's coming out his roof and it's raining real bad. I built me a new driveway. When I built a new driveway, okay, when the water's coming out his roof, it's running over on my property. So to keep, I know y'all heard about what's that program out here. Anyway, I asked the guy, could he put a pipe on it? To run the pipe out on the street so the water can run. But now all the water's running on my property. Now, if my property get tore up, y'all come on the code enforcement, come over there and look at my property tore up. Now I'm responsible for it. Now I'm trying to stop the problem. And that's all I ask. They told me it was a silver super matter. That's what I was told. I don't know. That's all I can say. Thank you.
We have your information, Mr. Pryor, and we will look into it.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You too.
You good? You all right? She said speed bump.
Rashid
Marbury
Wright.
Drive, they know.
Marbury Drive.
You come down there, boy.
Marbury Drive.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Rasheen Wright. I live off Elmore Street, but also I do sit on the Prince George's County Democratic Central Committee, a body that's really energized around organizing communities to turn out voting, but also to be active citizenry. But there's several concerns that I do have with the city. One, I think, is more of a public safety concern. I think there was many people who mentioned it before, and I think it's around speeding. I actively walk my dog like every day. And, you know, in some communities, you know how in DC, you see maybe in the Hillcrest community, how there are signage to remind people to stop for pedestrians. I think something like that is very important to remind drivers, you know, don't just speed past, especially when over here by District Heights Elementary. Man, flying down there, worry about kids, you know, things like that. So I think increased signage, but also signage to let people, remind people the speed limit. I don't think people realize that you can't go 40 miles an hour down, you know, down some of our main streets. And they can be reminded that, okay, maybe the speed limit is 10, 15, like many communities. I think that could be very helpful. But also to maybe heighten, not saying that the police don't patrol, but maybe heighten visibility. You know what I'm saying? I think many residents, I'm not speaking just for myself, I'm speaking for some of my neighbors that I talk to daily, is that, you know, visibility is important. They want to feel safe. You know, our community is pretty safe compared to many communities across this county and the country, for real. So I think we should be very thankful of that. But I think it's, also I think that visibility is something because, you know, we want to feel safe in our community. We want to feel okay if we walk down the street. There are a lot of people who walk from maybe the apartments in other communities, not saying that they cause trouble because I've never had any incidents, but for others who are getting older, you know, they do feel like, oh, I have to clutch, you know, I have to watch out, these folks are driving down. They're just going to the liquor store, things like that. But I think the sense of security is really important. Also, as we get into the fall, I'm not sure if there's been an assessment of lighting. As we get to the fall, you know, it gets darker earlier, and kids are still active. You know, with me living near District Heights Elementary School, I still see children, you know, maybe 5, 6 o'clock, still commuting. but the lighting is very bad, so something could easily happen to them. You know what I'm saying? So I think lighting is very important, and I don't know if there's an assessment. If there are, please share with us. But I think there should be an assessment of lighting, because I'm sure many folks here know that there's a lot of dark patches in that community, and when the fall comes, you know, we're still active in this park. We do want to feel safe there. And also, and I see the municipal workers, they're out cleaning all the time. We appreciate that. But there's still glass, a lot of glass on sidewalks in our community. I don't know if that needs to be more of an increase in trash cans, to where people can be reminded, or even, reminders, with our folks, we gotta teach our folks to do better. Maybe signage can be helpful, more trash cans, because there's glass everywhere. Sometimes I walk my dog, I gotta make sure he don't step on glass, I gotta make sure I don't step on glass, but they're maintaining the property, the grass ain't super high, so we appreciate that. I think our community is generally safe, but I think there's just certain concerns, more of like response time. I wanna appreciate my commissioner. Every time I text her, she's gonna text me back. So I know that there's a certain response level there, but there's just certain things I think that we could do to make our community safer, I think cleaner, and and more welcoming, So I appreciate the work you've done, but there's still some work, we gotta do here.
Tony Mayers.
Good morning, everyone. I will speak for my husband and I, Mayor, I'm Patrice Mayers.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I just wanted to, address some concerns like the road conditions. I know we haven't had any pavement done in our cul-de-sac, and there's a lot of gator cracks, which is growing weeds through it. So we wanted to know if those can be sealed or resurfacing can be done in the Wintergreen section of District Heights. And as my husband drives to work, we're going through Seat Pleasant, Capitol Heights. We see a crew always out cleaning up trash. So we know that's something that can be done in this area, as well as I know we're getting a stop sign enforcement, especially at Kipling and Wintergreen, which they fly by all the time.
They all the time.
Yeah, the camera's gonna get, but also maybe a solar blinking sign that can kind of warn, because you do kind of not lose focus. You shouldn't lose focus, but you do. But if the blinking light with that maybe could deter from moving so fast through that corridor. Oh, and I remember they used to cut inside that drainage area. Is that coming back? Because they used to have a lawn that go inside that runoff. And they used to cut inside. Now like it's trees growing up through it now. So I don't know if that's coming in. Yeah, right there at,
right there. I'm on Bird Drive.
Yeah, now it's like trees are starting to grow through there. I know that was something that go back in, as they did once before. You had the lumber that went kind of in there.
Oh, you mean inside of the?
Yeah, Marbury.
Yeah, I've never seen the trees, and the beaver was in there, and he had
Yes.
before. So, now it's like the trees coming out, I don't know if that's a hazard or something. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Hickenbottom. Okay. We have a McLean Crystal, but I don't have an address. Do we have a McLean Crystal here? Rose Howell. Rose
Caldwell. Doris Jackson.
I'd like to speak on issues pertaining to.
Mike.
Pertaining to our neighborhood. I have to commend you all for fixing the street on Winter Green. We did put a bump there that resolved and people slowing down, which is very good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a crack all along in front of my house. It's been there for quite a while. I've been there for about 30 years now, and it doesn't look very pleasant. So I would like to inject that. And another thing, my concern is, I just hate to see people, I'm using the word hate, to have trash piled up so high, they don't use a bag to put their trash like they're in the ghetto. We don't live in the ghetto. You know, we live in a nice community. We are in the latest model homes that were recently built 30 years ago. So a bag costs you $1.25 for a bag. You can just put your trash in a bag and don't pile it up so it fly all over the place during the windy months. And it makes the neighborhood look so bad. And I'm out there picking up trash in front of my house that blew across the street. So if you could re-emphasize that people get bags to put their trash in a bag, you know, that would be very helpful. And another thing I would like to indicate is that we as seniors, our taxes are very high. Is there any way anybody can go to Annapolis and resume the fact that we are paying a high amount of taxes and to annex the new comings of the buildings that you're specifying that are coming? How will that affect us in terms of lowering our taxes? It will? Oh, okay. I just want to know that.
A lot.
Because, you know, the fact that we live in the recent model homes that were built 30 years ago, we had the highest tax rates in the city. And anyone else that lived on Vial Lane can contest to that. Betty, for one, she lives next door to me. Her taxes are higher than mine. I don't know if code the name about that. But anyway, those were my concerns. Could you please come over here and fix my street?
Lorraine Waters. Lorraine Waters. Dolly Rolligan.
Madam Mayor, we have 2 empty chairs also, if somebody like to come and sit down. We have 2 empty chairs up.
Oh, okay, I can read it off of. Okay, her topic is, what is the status of tree branches on telephone lines? Any plans for building sidewalks where trees are being planted?
Well, what I'm noticing, there's a lot of talk. Can you hear me? Thank you. Okay. What I'm noticing, there's lots and lots of. What I've noticed, there's lots and lots of trees being planted along Kipling Parkway, which I don't have any problems with trees. They're very pretty. but there's different perspectives. There's a landscaping perspective, there's a safety perspective, there's, you know, and we have to look at all these perspectives. Number one, a lot of these trees are parked so close to the road. And these trees get very big, 65 from the description that's on the trees. They get very tall, 65, 70 feet. So, and what happens, it gets in the power lines. Because some of these trees are not being maintained the way they're supposed to be maintained. And they get caught up in these power lines. The electric company will come out, Pepco will come out, and they'll cut one side of the tree. And then you have another side of the tree. And that tree might be hanging on the road. And they have lower branches. And when these big box trucks pass by, they go bang, 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 and knock on these branches, weakening the branches. And when the rain comes and the storm comes, you see these trees just swaying. And the trees I'm talking about are trees that could kill any one of us in this in this room. So, I just need to understand what is the concept of planting trees so close to the road that could endanger people's life. I understand, global warming. I understand putting a canopy to cool off the roads. I understand that. But there's also a danger to structure and people. And there's a maintenance cost to this because these trees will grow very quickly, very fast. I looked it up. I don't know. The ones that the tags I saw, because they're growing very quickly now. But anyway. So, what is the maintenance plan? How much is our taxes are going to go towards maintaining all these trees? And I don't have a problem with trees, but I think it has to be done in a safe, environmentally ways where people aren't going to get hurt and we're not going to have a problem because these roots will grow too. And these branches, when they're pavement, they block road signs. I could give you a very good example right now. On Kipling, going towards Ritchie Road. This is just, there's, to get onto Ritchie Road, there's a corner here, and you have to look very carefully, or you'll get banged up. So there's a tree there with a lot of lower branches. So you have to inch your way out to see oncoming traffic before you proceed. So my problem is, who is responsible for maintaining it? And if it's not maintained properly, will the city be sued and our tax dollars get increased? Or will the landscaper? Because if you speak to utility companies, they'll tell you the landscapers don't know what they're doing. They're planting it really close to homes because they want to shade the homes. But these trees get so huge that they cut half of it and then it starts to leave. And it goes into the, into the construction of the home. And the other thing, if you go down Ritchie Road, every 3 months or 4 months, you will see them, they plant trees along the medium of Ritchie Road. And I don't know why they plant not small trees, but trees that could grow and block views. And then if you drive by there 3 months later at none, all of a sudden, all these trees are gone and something is planted there again. So I'm just saying, everybody needs to keep an eye on what's going on. Because this is not only costing local tax dollars, but it's county tax dollars. What else? And then the trees, branches get so long, it blocks the, street lights, so you can't see anything. Also, another issue with the trees, you put so many, you know, I love where I live, I'm very good friends with my neighbors, and they're elderly, and we all look out for each other. We don't have to talk to each other, but we have message. If my neighbor opened her curtain, I know she's okay, you know? And I don't have to call her. In the morning when she gets up and opens her curtain, I know she's okay, and I don't have to call her. And she was 91 years old. And, you know, if she doesn't see my curtain open, she'll pick up the phone and say, what's going on? You know? We have our little secret communication without talking to each other. So you have these huge trees planted in the middle, and it's blocking the views, so you can't look around your surroundings. My 91-year-old neighbor, I looked out the window, and this is around 7-ish, and this was a few years back. I saw a young guy knocking on her door. So I'm like, that's weird. So I stood by my window, and I called her, and I said, be careful, I see another guy going to your back door. Don't open the door. So I called the police, and at the same time, I had to go outside on my front porch and start videoing. When they saw me videoing, they left. So having a clear view of your surroundings is important. And I could tell you some more situations, but we don't have time for that because I need Is there other issues I can leave on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Terry Spade, Fiesta Place Community Gardening. Happenings and all programming.
First of all, I am so sorry. I have nothing to complain about today. All of us, and I appreciate everyone's complaints, but I want to bring some good news.
Bring it.
The garden is growing. And we're making friends. Some don't appreciate, I don't know what to tell you, but we're making friends. And we've got young people involved, we've got children involved. We have fall programming that's gonna be hot and happening. And I'm excited. And because I have nothing to complain about, I just wanna briefly share this with you all. Did you know you can still plant some stuff? The one complaint I do have is the heat, but everyone can't do anything about that. And I wanted to say hi to everybody. I'm so sorry, but you can still plant stuff. Gourmet baby greens, beets, romaine lettuce, pak choy. I could go on and on and on. We have 100 days. Don't pay attention to the Farmer's Almanac. USDA says we have a frost-free, expect frost between October 29th and November 15th. So, prayerfully, we're looking for food grade 5-gallon buckets so we can provide that to the community at our September programming to be announced. The Master Gardeners are back in force to educate our community. You can also grow beans. Quick story, 5-gallon bucket. I was at a place in Columbia, Maryland, so still our zone. In fact, they're zone 6, we're zone 7B or A, depends on where you live. 5-gallon bucket, drainage holes on the bottom, put about 8 string bean plants, seeds in there, and we'll have some seeds, not a lot, but we'll have some. You will be harvesting them and enjoying them for Thanksgiving. Wow. So, just saying, I have 65 copies of this, if anyone wants any in the back, and
Everybody just try to smile. We're gonna take a fish to fry.
Do we have Wanda Brogdon? Do we have B. Lucas? So a lot of these forms are outside of our incorporated city. So we have Sharon Calhoun.
What time is it? Is it still morning?
Yeah. 20 minutes. Oh, it'll be noon.
And then it'll
You
be
have to-
noon. Oh, my, we're already get busy. Okay, my concern has to do with rental properties, within our city. But before I express my concerns, I need to say that, District Heights is a welcoming community. I think Mr. Wright said that. It is a welcoming community. It's also a family-friendly community, okay? I've raised my son in this city, and as I look around, I see a lot of my neighbors who raised their children in this city. This is home, right? This is home. Okay. However, we do have some properties that are not occupied by the owner. These properties have been turned into businesses. And I'm not sure if the property owners are aware that if you're conducting a business in District Heights, you need a business license. Is that correct? Okay, all right, I'm just checking. So, we're probably going to see a lot more shared housing because of the economy. People are losing work. We don't want to see a lot of homelessness in our community. And so congregate housing could very well increase. So therefore, I think we need protocol. The property owners need to have procedures in terms of how many people are allowed in a single-family home, procedures in terms of waste management. I think someone mentioned about trash being on the ground. Well, if you've got 5 adults in a single-family home, there's going to be a lot of trash. The property owner, who does not live in the property, needs to provide additional receptacles so that trash can be put in the receptacles so that the top can be closed and so that there's not this overflow. Also, if you've got 5 adults in a single-family home and each adult has a vehicle, okay, now Harriet Urban has already told you about the problems that are occurring on our streets. You know, when District Heights was established back in 1936, now nobody in here was around then. The streets were narrow. If the homes had a vehicle, there was one vehicle, and it was maybe a sedan. Now we've got SUVs, we've got commercial vehicles on our streets. My lovely neighbor across the street, Miss Mary, once upon a time, I could look out my living room window into her living room window. Now, there's a huge, I don't know if you can see this, but this is what's in front of Miss Mary's house now. Okay?
have a good neighbor protocol in place. We need to have our code enforcement staff come around and educate. You know, we don't need to hit people over the head or anything like that, but we need education. And then if education doesn't work, we need enforcement. And with enforcement comes, you pay the fine. All right. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Well, thank you for your participation, your concerns, and we have note of that. And we know we're not gonna be 2 months getting back, because that's not right. So, getting back to our residents. But we do have a guest here, and,
I have a question. Did you all get my submission?
what's your name?
Deborah Turner.
I
Deborah
didn't see
Turner.
it. I didn't, well, come up, Ms. Turner, please come up. I did not see your form.
You all didn't get it?
Please come up, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
a resident.
thank you, thank you,
Come
thank
on
you.
up.
Good morning.
Good
morning. I'm Deborah Turner. I am the chair of the Board of Supervisors of the election. I have a statement and a request.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I need to turn this way, because I want to talk to you.
There you go. Okay. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. April 2024, the Board of Supervisors of the election was publicly accused of destroying the 2022 candidate packages too soon. The city attorney stated the accusation in a written letter sent to the 2022 candidates by way of USPS first class mail and email that this action was contrary to the requirements under the Maryland State Government Code 10-616 regarding the retention of election records and the City of District Heights Charter. The state law was misinterpreted by the city attorney, which makes the accusation false. The letter to the candidates of 2022 also included a requesting a certified copy of their candidate packages to the certified copy to their candidate. They wanted it, also included requesting a certified copy of their candidate packages. This information was CC'd to the commission, the city clerk, city manager, and the board of supervisors. The truth of the matter was that the city of District Heights was in violation of state record retention laws, not Bose. The City of District Heights Charter, Article 5, Section 513, Preservation of Ballots, states, the Board of Supervisors election shall be responsible for preserving all ballots used in the city election for at least 6 months from the date of the election. In the Bose procedures, we secure all election materials for at least 6 months and sometimes longer. In a secured cabinet until the city manager broke into and padlocked the cabinet. He asked that the keys to be turned over to him because he was protecting the city, and Bose refused because we were protecting democracy. Another misinterpretation of the charter. Bose was being thrown under the bus, all because the commission was trying to possibly remove a commissioner from office. In 2025, April 22nd, Bose finally got a closed session meeting with the commission. There was an apology, but now as the chair representing Bose, we are requesting an overdue public apology to clear our names of any wrongdoing. Deborah Turner, Susan Clark, Angela Webster, Johnny Matthews. Thank you. It is so easy to tear down, but it's harder to rebuild. Amen.
I filled out on the QR code to speak.
Yes,
got 2 minutes, come on up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had quite a few forms, and especially from, residents that did not live in an incorporated city, so we had to sort through those, so.
Okay, I do live in Incorporated.
I know, come on up.
Good morning, Madam Mayor, commissioners, and everyone.
Speak up.
I just want to thank you.
And use the mic.
I just want to thank you for this senior center. We are having and your staff, Rico, Thomas, the staff, did great. All activities we enjoy, and I just want to thank you. But also, I do have a concern. I live in Mulberry townhomes. Our services have been taken away from us. We are private property, but everyone that owns a home has private property. We pay taxes to the city and receive no services. So I was wondering, how can we receive our services, which I've been here for 40 years, and we've never had this problem before? And that's my main concern. We need our services to be back in our community because we are part of the incorporated city of District Heights and we are paying lots of taxes.
Thank you. I hope I didn't forget anyone. Like I said, we had a lot of forms. So at this time, so everybody's happy, good? Yeah.
Are we gonna have
I just did.
Are we gonna have responses?
We want to keep this in a good light. Is Delegate Denise Roberts still here?
Yes, I think she is.
Yeah, she's here. She was here anyway.
We want to welcome our District 25 delegate.
Come on, delegate. In the wrong place.
Come on up and greet the residents. Introduce yourself. He's here before noon, so you know we're important. We are important, right?
Hello everyone. My name is Delegate Denise Roberts. I represent the 25th District in the House of Delegates for the state of Maryland. Well, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Delegate Denise Roberts. I represent the 25th District here which includes obviously District Heights in the House of Delegates for the state of Maryland. And I really meant to be here earlier, so I do apologize. But I really came to hear you all, and I've heard some interesting things just from the short time that I've been here. And I really just want to let you know that whatever we can do, our delegation, our 25th delegation, Senator Charles, Karen Toles, Kent Robertson, and myself, we're here on behalf of the city and to work with the city to address whatever your needs are and concerns were. And in fact, I loved what the lady with no complaints had to say about the buckets, because I wanted to know how many buckets do you need, okay? I need to know how many buckets you need, because I'm down for that. I love that. I love what you're doing, and I love the city. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I didn't come here for this. I just wanted to hear you all. So thank you so much. And you can, if there's anything that I can do on the state level, you are more than welcome to reach out to my office anytime. And I have my cards with me as well. And thank you to the leadership here in District Heights. It's a hard and thankless job, so I believe, and we're here for you as well. Thank you so much.
out today. And we're Saturday on, most of us, our day off from Monday, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We didn't get any responses, they are forthcoming, but, I would like to publicly apologize again to the Bows for all of the misunderstandings. They were not done maliciously or to inflict any harm to anyone, but I do publicly apologize to that group of tireless neighbors that work on our elections every 4 years actually. So, thank you.
Good afternoon, all. Commissioner Anthony Tillman once again. I just want to say thank you. Your comments are appreciated, and I'm thankful for what I've learned today. We hear you. We always hear you, and we appreciate all of your comments, whether it's good or bad, because we are here to serve you. And I just want to say thank you for being here today. And of course, I want to echo my colleague and say sorry to Bows. Please accept my apology on behalf of myself, not the commission. And I want to personally say sorry for everything that you have been through. And you are truly appreciated for your job and your thankful service to our city. And I definitely want you to know that I appreciate every single resident that volunteers on any committee does for the city, because that's a volunteer position. And you are not paid for your service, but we do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you all and echo my colleague's sentiment. It's always great when we can get together on a weekend. We wanted to make sure this was as accessible as possible, especially for our working folks who don't have 3 to 4 hours on a second Tuesday to sit up with us. I represent that working group, and so we really wanted to give you all the opportunity to come in and speak to us in a really accessible way. This is not the only way that you can interact with us. We all are available by email, phone, in person. We have 3 meetings a month, every month except August and in December. And so we're working all year round for you on behalf of our community. And there are times that we go more in depth on, let's say, an annexation plan or economic development, and you can sign up to speak at any of our meetings. There's public participation available for everyone at our meetings. And so, yes, this is a town hall, but there are so many opportunities to engage with us. And we really hope that you continue to do so. We're looking for more ways to make it easier to hear from you all. We really want to expand on social media, really get our internet presence increased. So we're meeting everybody, no matter if they're working, if they're retired, if they're in school, that we can meet everyone's needs. So thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, and first up, I want to say, I'm sorry to the Bows. Bows, Mr. Ward Turner, she's a great, I'm sorry, she's like a big sister, second mom to me. When I got into this role, I'll tell you, I got into this position because of garbage. I moved into this city and I had a horrible experience with code enforcement. I had some limbs piled up, and my initiation to this city was welcome to the city, and this is a $2,000 fine if you don't move these limbs from in front of your house. I was moving into my house by myself, and this is how I was welcomed into the city. I was trying to get a trash can, and I had to move. I couldn't do this online. And so my initiative to try to get this city modernized, because we needed a website, a functional website, and it was akin to a Black Planet page. This is how backwards our city was. And I said, this is not acceptable. Where working people have to take a day off work to come in and do things, services, to get accessibility to the city. This is not acceptable in the 21st century, that our digital footprint, this is how we were, how we represented to the world. For me to be able to do this thing seamlessly, Ms. Turner was the person that helped navigate me through. I had no intention of serving in this role. I'm very busy at work. I did not think I could do this. If If it was not for her and Bose, I would not be able to do this. She helped me navigate this thing because there's so many ways you can fail by not turning in one document. If you do it wrong, you fail, and you don't have the ability to do again. So I'm sorry if there's anything that I did wrong. That group of people, that group of women and these guys that sit up here and do this selflessly without money, who sit up there all those hours to run these elections, they are the backbone of our democracy. They get the right people in here to do these jobs. The wrong people can turn the city backwards. The city can be run backwards. This beautiful center that you have, the way our tax dollars are spent, these speed bumps, those ARPA funds, to make sure that every dollar, let me tell you, every dollar, those ARPA funds were put right back into this community. The wrong people, those dollars could have been put into their pockets. Could have been put into their pockets, and that could have been done with one person. 3 votes is what it took for all of those dollars to be put back into this community. 1 vote could have changed it. So Bose is integral to how our democracy, how our community is run. So if it's any offense that I've done, I'm sorry. Because we have to keep moving our community in the right direction. I don't want it to go backwards, and it can be done. I won my first election with 2 votes, and that's because of Bose. And because I stood out there in the rain campaigning until the last minute. Because one thing that I don't do is I'm not going to give up on this community, because I know how easy it is for us to go backwards. Because I see what happens when you folks don't see. What I'll never do is talk about what happened in the back end, because I don't want to do that, because we have so much work to do moving forward that we can't get caught up in what's going on behind the scenes. But I know what happens behind the scenes, and I know what can happen with the wrong person sitting up here. And this person's body owes too much to you. So yeah, I'm happy, I'm grateful. When I pulled up in this parking lot, I was overwhelmed with gratitude to see that I couldn't hardly find a parking space. And though I am happy for people to not come with complaints, I am grateful for the complaints, because I expected them to be worse. I'm glad that they were just about some glass on the sidewalks, because when we first came into this, the problems were horrific. They were horrific, the problems that we had. And so these things that the problems that we have to solve, we can do these things together. The crime stats that we have one of the safest communities in the country. We just completed an article for one of the best cities in the country. Not one of the best black-run cities, one of the best-run cities in the country. That says a lot, not about who we are running the city. We take our direction from you. You tell us how you want this city to be run, and that's what we do. We don't just make this stuff up. We don't just pull this out our butts and do it. You give us direction and we do it. I know people complain about the trees, but guess what? We're not paying for these trees. These trees have not cost these taxpayers 1 penny. These trees are put in sustainably. They're put in by arborists who know exactly what they're doing. These trees will not destroy the root systems, will not destroy our sidewalks. These trees are bringing us untold benefits. Every one of these are bringing value to our community. There are people who would kill to have this community. And trust me, they're going to be knocking on our doors, trying to take this community from us. They're already nipping at the bits to take our community. You saw what happened in Southeast DC. It's unaffordable. And guess what? We're right next door to it, and it's going to happen. And guess what? These things are value added. We're bringing in value adds to our community. We're not doing these things because there's no rhyme to the reason. Everything we're doing, there's purpose driven. There's a reason behind it. These things are strategic. There's a strategy behind it. It's not just because it looks pretty. There's a reason behind it. We are not going to be left behind. Minority and black communities are often left behind in these climate discussions. because there's a reason behind it. We can't be left behind it. People don't want to rake leaves. You don't have to. Ask Miss Terry why you don't have to. All you have to do is just mow right over. I haven't raked leaves since I lived in my house. You don't have to. But they are value adds. We are not doing these things blindly. I'm a researcher on my job. I don't do these things in blindness. I don't do things stupidly. I will not do that to you. Everything that I do it strategically. I go into deep study, and I do these things with deep thought. I say no a lot more than I do say yes. And when I say yes for you, I would say yes the same way I tell my mother yes. And when I say no because I'm going to say no because it's going to be no in your best interest. Because I live here too. And I love you just as much as I love myself. Okay. And I love
Mayor.
Okay, everybody has spoken. But I'm but again, we need everybody. So when you do see something, if you do see grass or trash or something, help us. Call and report it. Tell. We need people to tell. So when it's a lot different when you're driving in your car and you see something, you don't see it as readily as if you're walking. So if you do see something on the road or in the trails, take a picture of it, report it. We need everybody, eyes and ears. If you see a light out, we do light assessments. We just completed one. We had code enforcement, we had the police, we had Public Works, they did one. So we're steadily doing these things. So a lot of these things that you think we're not doing in the back end, we're doing these things all the time. But we need everybody to participate. We have CAP involved in these things, but we need new people also. A lot of our volunteers are older, but we need new blood. We need new people to get involved. Because, our people are tired, but we need new people involved. So if you have new people who are, or you're considering it yourself, get involved, because we need new people involved.
How do we get involved? If I could, please.
Let Public Works know, and we really appreciate your involvement. Thank you.
I have questions.
So we're getting ready to close out. We have staff here that needs to go home and take care of things. It is Saturday.
You told me I could come back.
You did say 10 to 12, and we do have our meetings the first Thursday of the month, the second Tuesday, and the fourth Thursday.
You have to
But
sign
still
up the
be
day
mindful.
before and 3 minutes to talk, and
To-
you have to tell
will
me
be-
what the topic is. Okay, go ahead. I'm good.
Sure.
But I do want to
But
thank you
we-
for having this. If I could do
Yeah, and there
that
will
much, can
be
I do
more,
that?
and there will be more. But we do have other meetings, but still be mindful that we do have our workers here on a Saturday. We want them to get home.
And thank
to
you
their
for
families.
having the town hall, but next time, can we have it in the gym?
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, well, that's a suggestion. Let's
But
have it
this
in the
was
gym.
a great town hall.
It was.
It really was. We need a team effort here, like Commissioner Harcourt said, team effort. See something, say something, okay? Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, I appreciate it.